Hey everybody, Aldo J here with High Risk. Happy Monday. Thank you again for all the likes on our YouTube channel. We're getting a lot of likes and a lot of comments, especially to the song curators that we've attached our songs to. Song curators take your songs and they put them on playlists. And of course, we're an unsigned group, but we're being featured in playlists with other very big main acts: Blue Oyster Cult, Aerosmith, Van Halen. It's just great to see that type of coverage. In fact, I just found out that our recent release, our video of "I Don't Remember Yesterday," we're going to be featured on the what they call the Radio Wigwam radio show in UK. So a huge shout out to Jake Dollery for featuring our track on your show, and that'll be this Wednesday, December 31st at 6 p.m. Eastern. And again, it will be rerun on Saturday, January 3rd at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I'll make sure to post the link to Radio Wigwam. And again, a huge shout out to Jake and team for doing that. We really appreciate it. Today's video is in response to a young musician. His name is Brian, and he's from Akron, Ohio. I usually don't want to give out last names unless people authorize that. Brian loves High Risk, so thank you, Brian. He wants to know how he can write his own songs. So Brian and anyone else that has this similar question, I mentioned this before in a video maybe several months ago, but what is music? Music is all about emotions, right? It can achieve whatever you as the artist or the creator wanted to achieve, right? And you express yourself by the melody, by the tempo, by the loudness, by the lyrics. What are you trying to convey? What is the theme of the song? Is it happy? Is it sad? Is it, dreary? Is it upbeat and dancing, and can you groove to it? Whatever it is you're trying to convey, really that's what you're trying to do when you write music, right? First, think of what you want to write about. Think about current events maybe that are affecting you. Think about a recent triumph in your family or with yourself, or something maybe not so good, like the death of a dear loved one, the loss of a job. Whatever you ever hear, if you hear a phrase of somebody saying something and you thought, wow, that's pretty cool, I've never heard that said before, write it down. How about places that you may frequent? Suppose you like to go to the beach. Okay, don't just go to the beach and bring a book and read it. Bring a tablet or your phone or something to record. Usually old school musicians bring a tablet or a book and a pen or a pencil, and you write down anything that you see. What do you see? Use your five senses, right? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you hear? Right? What do you feel? What maybe there's something that tastes funny and it gives you an idea for a lyric. Use your all of your mental prowess and all of your senses to dive deep into what you want to convey. And sometimes some people, again, I mentioned before, could look up at the sun and write a happy song. Others, they need tragedy. They need something really, really bad to happen to them, unfortunately, right? But some of the best songs in the world come from personal experience, right? So Brian and others, just always have a notebook and write it down. Or any cell phone today usually has a recording option where you can record a melody. Maybe something comes to your mind and you just want to, put in a ta la 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 la, save. Maybe you're playing on your keyboard and you have an idea of something and you play a melody. Save it. A lot of keyboards, modern ones, have recording. Always try to capture what you're doing, even if it's just a little 1 minute thing. You might have a really good chorus in your mind and you go, oh man, that was good. Do whatever you can to get that recorded somewhere on paper at the very minimum. And remember that there's nothing good or nothing bad. Just remember that if it's something that keeps bothering you, that could be something that you can really highlight, right? Just make sure that if you're the type of person that can't function with lots of noise and traffic and things going around. So go to the beach real early in the morning. Watch the waves crashing, right? Look at the tide, right? Smell the salt air, feel the breeze blowing on you. What does that do to you? How do you feel when that happens? How about your likes and dislikes? What do you like in life? What do you hate? Maybe they could be things that you could focus on. And again, like I said, unfortunately, nobody likes to write about bad things, but really, there's other people in the world going through something similar, whether it's a death, the loss of a job, or something else that is traumatic, or on the other side, elegant and cool. So always do that, right? Just put yourself into it, right? You don't always have to have an instrument with you, but if you do, and you want to hear it out, then do that. Now, what if you're an independent artist, or you're a solo artist rather? You might say, well, geez, I don't have another musician I can talk to. Don't look at it like that. Tell your significant other, sibling, aunt, uncle, parent, hey, grandparent, hey, what do you think of this? Let them hear it. Say, I want some honest feedback, negative, positive. Write down all those comments. Bob said that this is horrible. Nancy said this is really cool. She likes the vibe. Another guy says, yeah, maybe you should increase the tempo a little bit. Whatever it is, take those ideas down and try them out different ways, right? You're the artist, you're the creator. You're the one that wants to express what's in here and in here, right? So, and again, if you're in a band, like obviously with Hygh Risque, I would run it by any little idea. Like I said before, out of control would have never happened if I didn't talk to Ernie and say, Ernie, what do you think of this? Right? If I kept it to myself, that's it. Now, you might be frustrated, right? I don't want to bring this to the guys. It's just, they're going to hate it. I only got 3 notes. I had a couple of chords. I didn't have any structure. I had some little whammy things I was doing on the guitar and doodling. That's it. And Ernie's like, that's all right. Because I thought Ernie was going to be like, Aldo, what's the matter with you? Get rid of that. He didn't. He embraced it right away. And what I liked about it is right away, his mind started to add on to what I did. And right away, he put the structure together. He's like, yeah, I like the A and B chords, but do this and do that. And in the chorus, go like this. Now, again, had I not have said anything, that wouldn't have gotten anywhere. And the same goes with the rest of the band in the unit. That's what collaboration is all about. Always, unless everybody in the band says, nah, we're not doing this, or that's not it, that's not good enough. The majority typically rules, right? Everybody liked the song when we got together and we did it. It flowed naturally. And usually when you have a good idea in a song and you start building on it, it's just like when you're studying for an exam in school and you're like, in the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm never going to pass this test. And you figure, well, wait a minute, I have to put some time into studying. When you study, you start getting more confident as you get near the date of the exam. It's the same thing with songwriting. As you start writing down more ideas and you pass it along to other folks and you get their feedback, that can enhance your songwriting. It can enhance what you originally thought that you may have thought was not good and you were ready to scrap it. And now what happened? You got a really cool song. And remember, a really good song does not have to be complicated. No one's saying that every songwriter in the world is, Verdi or Bach or Beethoven. You don't have to be that, verbose and that talented and that, virtuoso of a musician to come up with a great song. We all know a lot of 2 and 3 chord wonder bands out there that are raking in the bucks and have lots of popularity. And when you really listen, simplicity is where the heart matters, where it really matters, right? What is your goal again in writing a song? You want to write for the listener, right? Sure, you want to write to please yourself and the band, right? You believe in your material, but you want to try to capture. You're feeling an emotion, you're feeling whatever it is that you're feeling. is this conveyable? Is it relatable? Is somebody going to understand my lyrics? Do the lyrics tie to the verse? And vice versa. Does the song build? Is the song good where it is, or does it need to add more flavor? Does it have to continue building? Right? You want to build to the chorus. You want your chorus to be memorable. Um, it's not about what you do in the other things, right? A lot of people say, "Oh, it's the greatest guitar solo," and it might be. It might be a really good guitar solo or a great drum fill, but really, the heart of the song is the structure, right? It's everybody, but it's the theme, right? It's the message, right? It's the content, and it's also that chorus, the hook. What do you got? What are you trying to portray? What are you trying to get across? So that's your goal when you write. And remember, like I said, always keep something with you to document anything, because again, what you have today may be lost tomorrow, or you'll forget. So again, if you're on the road, put a tablet in your car. You might think of something while you're driving. Pull over and jot it down, right? Think of doing those things. And again, always bring it to somebody. Honest people will tell you, especially if they know and they're musically inclined, they'll say, is that a dance song? Well, what are you doing there? It sounds like it should be more upbeat, right? Get that feedback, write it down, and then start building your song. Feel free, if you have a different way of writing songs, or something that you want to post on the Hygh Risque channel, please feel free to do so, and I'll make sure this video is posted. And let me just double check here. For next time, what I'd like to talk about is, and this is another question from a fan that reached out, what is my feeling about AI in music today? And I wish we had a little bit more time, but I will definitely give you my input onto that. I think there's a lot of pros and cons, but we'll get into it, and we'll see what you think about that too. So for now, please subscribe below if you haven't. Listen to our videos, listen to our songs. Know that they're available on most streaming platforms. But we like to know your thoughts on this. We're trying to keep rock music alive. But again, there's other music out there too, and we appreciate it. And stay tuned for Aldo J's solo song video coming out for Now That You're Gone. That'll be released Friday, January 16th. For now, it's great to see everybody. Thank you very much. Have a good night. And if you're an Eagles fan, go Birds. See you soon. Take care.